Hello everybody, welcome to our little event today. Super excited to share this amazing technology with you. I'm going to bring on a very dear friend of mine that has literally helped change my life. I've been through a lot of health challenges in my past, and she's the one I call. She's my little health consultant. But we got started with this 3 weeks ago, so we're just really brand new to it. But she's got an intelligence about the body and healing that I just can't wait for her to explain how this works, this light therapy. But I do want to make our disclaimer to begin with. We're not doctors. We're not here to treat, heal, or mitigate any disease. If you've got any questions, you would need to consult with your physician. We're just here to tell you about an amazing technology. So I'm going to bring Miss, and you just never would believe her age because she's healthy and she's been doing this for so many, probably 40 years, 50 years?
30.
Yeah,
33 years.
She's been in the wellness arena with different products helping so many people. So let's just give her a hand. Linda Gale.
Yay! Thank you. She's the best director anyone could ever have. She's learned through the years of working with different people in their leadership roles and has learned from each one. So we have so much support here. We believe in supporting the body to perform at its potential, to provide the fullest of life. No matter what age you are, you can be 30, 40, 60, and 80. So we don't believe in cures or anything that is going to control the body. This is all about support. So we have to think about every cell in your body, 75 trillion cells, are fueled and anchored by light. And so they're producing life for us all the time. Well, you have a centrifugal force, and it's on the outside of the body. And they refer to that as far infrared, and light wave frequency. So everything relates to frequency. It's nothing that you ingest. It can't be in conflict with anything that you eat or drink or meds or whatever it may be, because it's just supporting the body. So you think about all the things that people have, as far as their symptoms, and we have a single patch. Do we have a single patch in here? This is the X39, and you're thinking, how can this single patch do everything? And the beauty of this, you don't have to know what your problems are or the source, because there's an intelligence in frequency, and it will go where it needs to go first. And we're going to do a little show and tell here. But first, I'll tell you my story. I was a mystery to 3 doctors. I'd had a stroke in my left eye, and they had to get to the source of what had caused that rupture. So when I was sent to the ER, and they didn't tell me at the time, but I guess my blood pressure and pulse was at stroke level. And an hour later, they took the EKG, and it was normal. It was good. My blood vessels were open, good blood flow. So what is the problem? So then they came back, they did a CT scan of my head. And then nothing showed up there, so they came back and did a transversal scan. And this is where they can see your blood vessels from your neck to your stomach. Looking for blockages. They did a full blood workup, urinalysis. So when I was having the scans done, and I was under that bright light, and I knew I had a guardian angel, my daughter-in-law, and I had a lot of prayer warriors praying for me. And God spoke and said, they're using the light to see through your body. I'm going to use the light to heal your body. And I knew that. So 4 hours later, 3 doctors are standing there, and they said, we don't know what the problem is. I started crying, and I said, God just healed me. and because everything was perfect, everything. But I still had a problem. So that went ahead and manifested. Even though I had the stroke in my eye, 6 weeks later, I could read small print without my glasses. So one of my main problems, I'd bend my head and my blood vessels would constrict. And I'd have blood pressure spikes. So that's why it didn't show up in the scans or anything, because I wasn't bending my head, basically. And so why I'm sharing this with you, the beauty of this patch, it is like a laser. I had a pocket of inflammation in the back of my head, and it didn't show up because it was related to yeast. And I've been fighting yeast for 52 years. And in that pocket, the blood vessels and nerves and muscles, they twist together. So anytime I would address the inflammation, that's when the blood vessels would constrict. So with the light wave, it went right to that inflammation and started breaking it up, like that. And without having the blood pressure spikes. So that was with the X39. And it was funny because Gayla first called me and she said, I want to know about frequency, far infrared frequency. Because she said, I know you can explain it better than anyone else that I've heard speak about it. And I gave her a short version. And she didn't say why. So 3 days later, she calls me back and she said, I think I've got something to help you with your sleep. And I said, I'll take a boat. Oh. And she said, I only have one. I said, one what? I was desperate. I was calling her every other night to pray with me for my sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was bad. In 10 days, or 10 nights, I got 14 hours sleep. So that was worse for me than anything else. I'd been in bed for 3 weeks. My husband waited on me hand and foot, because when I walked, you know, I had to bend my head because I had another problem with my feet. So I was between a rock and a hard spot, and no one really could help me but my Lord and Savior.
Amen.
So when she said it's a far infrared patch, and I knew that was it. It was like, because for 3 days God kept saying, light therapy, light therapy, light therapy. And I thought, I was thinking of far infrared that I'd used 18 years earlier, which was an emitter. And we got that out and I tried it, you know. Well, maybe it helps me feel a little bit better, but I knew it went deeper. So she had one patch and I used that, well, within 5 seconds. I went through the same patterns of what I'd had when it would make my blood pressure go up. But it didn't happen. It was just flickers. And an hour later, I went into a state of calm and peace. My jaw quit quivering. I quit having the tremors in my hands. And it was, I can't explain it, but I knew that was my answer for all of my problems. Because couldn't walk, I had to walk real slow and watch every step I took. When I turned the corner, I had to put my hand up against the door frame. Going up the steps, I had to shift my weight because I could only step up with my right foot. And so I was really quite handicapped. And it, like I said, it was all due to yeast, which did not show up in the scans. They don't see the yeast because it sheds its outer wall. And I'd say that's 90% of our illnesses, our weaknesses. This patch targets the yeast, destroys it like a torpedo, or like viruses, parasites, the bad bacteria. We have to have bacteria in our intestines for the breakdown of our foods and all, but it's the bad bacteria, microorganisms. So
How does the patch kill it?
With the light.
How does that light work, though?
Because that is the greatest. It's a wavelength frequency, and it is the greatest.
So that little patch is a light?
Because you think about every planet in the world travels around the sun. That's its life force. And we have to have light. The plants have to have light. That's photosynthesis. Mm. That is our life force. Mm-hmm. That's the anchor and the fuel for every cell in the body. And with our founder, David Smith, 17 years ago, the military went to him, the Navy SEALs, and they wanted something that would help them with endurance. So that was the first patch that was developed, the energy enhancer. But with each patch, you're going to get multiple benefits. But it's the X39 that provides that stem cell production and a coating, that youth code, for all of the cells that are now being produced. So in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and people need to take a picture before they start, because you're going to have that before and the after, and you're not going to believe how quick you change, you look younger. So I've been on the X39 2 weeks. Let me start back. 2 patches in 2 days. And we had come back from the doctor. They hadn't done anything. But 2 hours later, my husband said, "You don't look like anyone walking with the foot problem," where I had to watch every step. And he said, "You look younger. You sound stronger. You look like you've had a facelift." Well, you know what that does for women.
Yeah.
At that point, I didn't care. I just wanted to feel better.
Right.
And so I was with a group of friends, and I don't know what, we were talking about politics. And she said, "Well, I can tell you one thing. Linda looks 10 years younger than the last time I saw her." Because we were talking about light therapy and all. Because that's coming. A new wave. Everything's going to be new. And it's not going to be that far away. So we were with our kids, and we had gone in and sat down, and they hadn't seen me walk in. And I thought, well, I got to demonstrate here how I can walk now. So we're in the restaurant, and I get up, and the aisle's pretty wild. I'm just trotting, you know. Well, they couldn't believe it. And my daughter-in-law looked at me and she said, "Nana, you look 10 years younger." And I said, "I do?" So that was in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And my husband, he was using the IceWave because he had pain running from midway of his head down below his, it was to his neck, across his shoulder joint, down his shoulder blade. And the second night he got up that morning, it looked like he had lost 30 pounds right here. And so, you know, you think, well, that's not possible. We'd gone down 2 belt notches by his 6th patch, and then he lost another 20 pounds. He's down to his last notch in his belt.
And where did he apply it?
Well, it was on his neck.
I mean, that's where he applied the patch?
Yeah, and it was the IceWave. But see, that wasn't the critical problem. It was what was taking place in his intestines. Because you pass all fat through the intestines. And, but it took care of his, after he started using 2 patches, then he could really see quicker results. And that's what we're going to show you what to do here. And then we had testimony with our dog. He had it's a weakness of the Yorkie breed, and their esophagus collapses, and they sound like a duck quacking, and they can't get their, you know about that?
I have a friend that has a Yorkie, and he's 13, and he's at that stage.
Oh, it's so sad, and that's, our dog is, he's going to be 10 years. old. And he had had 4 or 5 things that morning, and you have to pick him up and just, put everything back in place. So we went out and got a collar for him. He'd never worn a collar, because you put the patch on the collar. And I'm telling you, he didn't want that collar off. He stood up on my husband and was dancing on his chest and pointing on the table where we had laid that down. He knew what that had done for him. And he could go outside. He was sitting on the hill there in the heat, because he'd always run back. He wouldn't stay out very long. And he was barking at the squirrels, and he didn't have that panting, that gasping sound to his bark. And he flew up the steps and did not pant. He came in, laid down, and he was just like this. And Gayla said she felt when you was there the other day, he was so tight in his belly.
Swollen.
Yeah, half of that is gone. And he is sleeping. We can't hear him snore. He sounded like a freight train sometimes. So, and that was with 4 hours of the patch. So it's amazing.
How does it work so quick? When you say light therapy, can you explain that? So it's kind of hard for people to understand.
I didn't go through the science. Yeah. You think about all of your cells are emitting a light, and it's going to the outside of the body. That's cause and effect, centrifugal force. So when you put the patch on, which consists of the amino acids, water, oxygen, and glucose, that's it. But it's that frequency, and it's held in those prisms of what the patch consists of. So your own body heat will heat up the patch, and that triggers the copper peptide. And that's the GHK. And you need to look up what the GHK does for the body. You can Google this. This isn't the company saying it. You can Google. It's amazing.
It says on this little card, activate, produce, and reset the skin cells.
Yeah, that's what it does.
That's why you look younger. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
3 months, it's amazing, the difference.
And your hair. You
Yeah.
won't believe what your hair will do.
We're gonna look like kids again. We're gonna look like kids again.
Yeah. Hair grows
Well,
back.
you do.
Yeah.
And I couldn't write because I had my tremors. And Sunday I was sitting there making out notes, and I looked down and I thought, I can read my writing. So things just occur so quickly and unexpectedly. And I can hardly talk about it without crying.
It's a blessing.
This truly gives your life back.
It's a blessing, for sure.
And so anyway, the copper peptide triggers, it's a chain reaction. It triggers the stem cell production. I call them the daughter cells. And now the cells that are being produced contain that youth code. That's the difference. So that's why people look younger in 3 or 4 weeks, 3 months. You see some of these pictures of these people, and you don't recognize the after being the same person as the before picture. It's amazing.
Truly.
So does it have a certain number, the frequency that it's putting off, or is it different frequencies?
Well, the only people that could not do this therapy are the ones that have organ transplants. Because that organ's not supposed to be there.
Right.
It contains a different frequency. It came from another human being.
Right.
So what is the immune system going to do? It's going to try to replace it. But your immune fighters, the T cells and everything, that's how they communicate. That's how they destroy the viruses and things that do not belong in the body. It's all by frequency and light. So we're going to have a show and tell. I need some IceWaves.
Do you have them? Because I don't have any with me.
I do.
Yay.
I just got these X39 patches, but I don't have any. I don't have my
I've
kit.
got some IceWave.
You have some IceWave? Okay. Because I think I've got most of mine spoken for. I just picked this up. I'll put this back in here. Because I don't know what that is.
You gonna have Ed come up there?
Uh-huh. You having pain right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
You're a guinea pig.
guinea pig.
Ha 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 ha.
Where do you have the
I
pain?
need a white and brown.
Lower back.
And you're gonna give him an ice?
The IceWave. Mm-hmm.
I thought that was
Okay,
for
you'll turn
migraines.
around this way so they can see. It's right in here.
Yeah, right across here.
Right. Okay.
There's white ones and then there's brown ones in there.
That's what I need.
Well, I went from 3 pain pills a day to 1, and I've only used it 4 times.
Just the
Wow.
stem cell?
Wow.
The first
See, I
day,
took that X39. I can't tell a bit of difference.
Really?
I'm on my fourth patch, so.
Well, people are different.
Yeah,
Sometimes
they're-
it's going to take. Some people might take a month right there, and
yeah.
I see mine's lower. Mine's down lower. But I put it up a little higher because I didn't know.
okay.
well, this is what I need every day when I'm in here bent over.
Oh yeah.
But the day that I called you, and I'd already had the product, but I didn't use it, she told me to put the patch on. I didn't think I could come here and work. I was about ready to cry myself because I can't work on people. I put that patch on at 9:30. By noon, I had the level of energy that I just worked the rest of the day and didn't have any pain, any problem with energy
Wow.
or anything else.
When I
I
talked to
couldn't believe
her
it.
at 9:00,
9:30.
she was so down, and I could hear the stress in her voice. And I said, "You just go out to your car and you start praying before you ever start your." Remember, I said before you ever start your engine, and I'll pray for you. But anyway, when she called me back, it would have been 4 o'clock your time.
Probably.
She was flying through the clouds. I couldn't believe it. I was,
That was just-
shocked.
That was just on the
Okay. Now, this is
X39.
what they call the clock method.
Oh, you never even put it on his skin.
You put one on, didn't you?
Oh.
Yeah, I got one there. But it goes through the clothing.
Oh.
But we can, when we get it positioned, we can go ahead and do that. Because he has the Eon up here. Okay. So what we're going to do, turn the right
Ed,
way.
can you stand up straight? He
That
looks.
is straight. Now you're talking about
You
it.
look. Yeah,
He's
yeah, you,
okay.
He's like, I'm hurting already.
yeah. His right shoulder's down. Do you go to chiropractor?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find you one because you're
Okay.
crooked.
I go in someone, but it's about like 5 minutes and pushes on you, tries to crack your neck, say, okay.
Yeah.
See how he's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is at the 12 o'clock position. Has that helped your pain? We're going to grade it from 1 to 9. Or
Yeah,
0 to
standing
9.
straight. Yeah, right now.
Really?
Right, yeah. Right in. And then here I've got, but yeah, it's helped back here.
Wow.
I
That was
mean, it
quick.
does do.
That
I
was
can-
quick.
You can,
Okay, now we're going
He's like, I can. You can what?
Okay.
I mean, really.
Good.
Look at
Let's go
that. This
here.
is awesome.
You have this? Okay, what does that do? Better?
Yes, it
Woo!
really does.
Okay.
Well,
No,
I've
I
never
didn't
seen
move
this. I
mine
didn't even know it
around.
did this. See, that's why.
It's giving me goosebumps. I don't know if it's just because you're touching me or what.
He's got
Honey,
two.
give me 30 of them. Woo!
Your
Oh
box
my
goes
God.
away.
Yeah.
You have to get somebody
Send
to
that
put
overnight.
Wow.
Oh man, he's straight now.
I was gonna say
Oh,
his.
my
I can't really.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Well, I
Wow.
was in kind of pain, you know, when I
Yeah.
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 Oh my.
You were favoring that right side down. It's
Yeah.
still a little
Straighten
crooked.
up.
Now,
Yeah, it's still a little
is
bit.
this, can you taste that sometimes?
Metal. Does it taste like metal?
Yeah, I got a different taste in my mouth.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's
It's metal.
since it's
Yeah,
coming out.
I think
It's
that's
not
what gave me
even
the
on your
goosebumps.
skin. It's not even on your skin.
I mean, honestly, I
It's
can't.
your body. Is that
Okay.
this
So
is
that
the
feels
most
better.
amazing?
Okay,
Yeah.
now
I'll
let's
have to
try
ask
the
him
9.
that if he take because he's real sensitive.
Yeah.
What do you feel there?
Better the other way.
No, it
Same?
feels the same, but I feel good.
So you are you from a scale of 1 to 10? You were a 10 in pain. How are you now?
About a 4. Only thing that actually hurts now is kind of right here, my neck right here.
So the lower back's completely
We're gonna
gone.
work on
Oh,
that
yeah.
next.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So if you take this off, is it going to stop hurting?
We'll
I mean,
leave
is it
that
gonna
on.
start again?
We'll
Okay.
leave that on.
Get
We'll
two
do
more?
another one.
What's the brown patch?
The brown patch, that's where the direct pain
Mm-hmm.
is taking place. And this is where you move it around to
Mhm.
see what will bring it
What will
down
bring it to
to,
the best place for you to
to,
place it?
yeah, to a
Okay.
calm.
So
Yeah.
once this gets to a calm, something's going on the inside of his body that's correcting, right?
Mhm.
So if you took
Mhm.
this off, it would probably go. It's not done enough yet. It's-
Right. it
So he
hasn't
may have to
been
keep
on
doing
long
this
enough.
until the body
12 hours,
regenerates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 12 hours. Okay. Yeah.
So is this one like the scent that comes with the
Yes.
dark and the
Yes.
light?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It's called
Okay.
what?
Get another set out.
IceWave.
Let's do his neck.
Are we going to put two on
Yeah.
the center
Yeah.
or move these?
No, I would keep those. I'd put them on his back.
Okay.
Yeah, put him on his back.
Okay, we won't leave this on your shoulder. Now you can turn around the other way.
I don't care. You can leave it on there. That feels good.
Yeah. Don't take it
I'm
off.
glad I did it because I wouldn't believe in nobody else. I said, you girls are paying somebody to say this or something. I mean, really. It's,
Yeah. It's amazing. Truly. Yeah, my husband was a 10 and within 12 hours he was a 4. And that's been now he's completely out of pain. And he was taking 3 Advil a day for like a year. I said this is really going to affect you. You got to stop doing that. So yeah, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, that's when I said I got to share this with people.
What did he
Well,
do?
Tom fell out of the bed of a truck last Wednesday and on concrete on his shoulder. And that night I looked at him and I said, what is going on? I thought he was cleansing toxins. It was swollen, fire red, and had big bumps across there. He got up the next morning. He said, this doesn't hurt me at all. I could barely see it.
And how old is he?
77.
Yeah, you don't fall at 77 the next day you're not sore.
Yeah.
That is not that's
Yeah.
insane.
In the 60s.
And he can go out and work in the heat now. You know, we've had a heat index.
Are you still out of pain?
90.
Yeah.
Is your neck still bothering you?
It's better, but it's still.
Because it's so far. Okay, try it. Go
Yeah.
ahead with the.
Okay. Well, on this, I'm not going to place it.
Okay.
I'm just going to put it, like if you're having a shoulder pain, you put the dark one, point of pain.
Where's your pain? Your
No.
shoulder? No,
Yeah,
it's up there in his
yeah,
neck, right there.
right in.
Okay, so this one,
The brown one goes with the
I
pain,
think
right?
maybe we need to do this.
Yeah,
Stick it.
I don't care what I look like. I feel better.
that's it.
Gonna be a speckled pup.
You feel better, you're going
I've
to
been
look
called a
better.
lot worse. So.
You're going to walk younger. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I mean, you
Yeah.
can tell in
You
somebody's
do.
step when they're in pain.
Oh, you should
Yeah.
have seen how I was walking.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Okay, right there. Would you say?
No, his pain is right here.
Well, that's going to be the other one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's up here.
The pain is
Yeah.
up there, yeah. Yes, that's the pain
Okay.
right there where your fingers are. Yeah.
Okay, right there.
But why are you not putting these on the skin versus the clothes?
Well, just because we're
Because
demonstrating.
there's all women in here and one guy.
We're being
Oh,
kosher.
yeah, that's not.
you can put them on yourself, go in the bathroom and
Okay.
move them. But this goes to show it's non-transdermal.
Yeah.
It's nothing going in. It's literally your light, your energy from your body hitting that patch and then
Taking
going
it
back
out.
in. And when it goes back in, that's when it's producing the stem cells and the
You're rebuilding your shoulder muscles and nerves and.
I'm gonna go out and run them all. I'll be right back.
So how does that feel?
It does feel better.
already.
Really.
Yeah,
I still got a little hurt in here,
Yeah.
but it,
it's a little bit
I mean,
better.
it's not all the way
So
gone.
let's,
but
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's come down. This is the pressure point.
And there's a guide up for this too, isn't there, Linda?
Yeah, there's a video, but in the pamphlet, it's hard to see. I can
Okay.
hardly see the direction.
Is that better or no?
about the same.
Same?
About
Okay.
the same. Okay, now let's do this. And I'll tell you why these 2 points connect.
Yeah, I can
That's
feel
better?
the difference. I can feel it going.
That's the intestinal line, isn't it, Linda? Intestines
This is
and lungs.
and this is lungs. See, that's a frequency code. So it's better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Now you can run that mile.
Now he's ready to go.
Yeah.
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 Play.
You can shout.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, if someone has a headache, does anyone have a headache here? Okay. We'll
No,
just-
we're all on patch. No.
Huh?
We don't get headaches anymore.
No. We have to have.
Well,
the
not everybody's on the
people
patch
here
yet. Yeah.
to learn. Okay. If you have a headache, you can, once again, when you're going from side to side, the white one goes on the right side and the dark one goes on the left side. So think of light
That's for a headache.
and right. Mm-hmm.
White, right.
Mm-hmm. And when I had my severe pain, I'd have my husband to press this web, but I
Mhm.
couldn't press it hard enough
I
or
used to do
long
that for
enough.
headache.
Yep.
Yeah,
Squeeze that.
Yep.
yeah. So this is what we're doing here.
So you put two on, white on this side and brown on this side if you have a headache? Or am
Yeah.
White on the right, brown on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing two, yeah,
Yeah.
like that. So if you have a headache, you could put one on each hand,
Yeah.
and then you can go up here on the neck. So it'd be right in here probably on both sides.
So how long does he have to leave that on for the pain to go away?
12 hours?
I don't know,
Take it off and see what happens.
because with our dog, it was 4 hours. I mean, he was completely out.
Is your back still out of pain?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Wow.
just insane.
Yes.
Okay, and look at I want you to turn around because you're not crooked anymore. I'm sure glad we got this.
Wow,
His
that's
right
amazing.
shoulder was down.
It's still a little bit.
Chiropractic,
I work
not
for a
much.
chiro, so
Yeah,
yeah,
but
he's a
not that
little
much.
bit, but
Yeah.
it is like I'd say 80% better.
Yeah,
That's absolutely crazy.
that is.
Wow. Okay. Good job.
Okay, so now, if you have a headache, so we start there, and then you can come up here on the neck, and then.
But you have a diagram for this so that people on here can
Yeah.
see it. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where I always had my headaches. Severe pain,
Is Temple?
yes.
Oh, I got to get these for
So
Eddie because
you
he still
put
does
a-
have headaches every
The
once in a while.
white one here, in the depression, and the brown one here, and like that.
So do you keep these patches on too, or do you put all them, or do you move these patches up there?
Well, you'd only be doing 2 at a time.
Okay, so you just.
So
like
we're,
if you-
we've got you extra patch.
Yeah. So you'd be.
Well, you could do what you're doing right now. There's not a problem with that. If you have pain like this and it's okay, so how's it going to correct? Is he going to have to keep doing this?
No, Mm-mm.
So this is just like the ice
You're
waves
doing
are.
X39.
Yeah.
So that there again, it's producing stem cells to go to.
So
these
eventually, so this is like an aspirin. The stem
Okay.
cells is going to regenerate.
Mhm.
So over time, now as we degenerate from being older, there's possibility that he would have to use the IceWave again. But it's not going to be something like the X39 is something I wear every single solitary
Yeah.
day of my life. Okay,
Do you
these
wear
are
two
not.
of them X39s.
You cannot wear only one.
Only one,
Yeah.
but you wear different patches.
Believe me, I had 10 in my pocket, and tell her. I mean, yeah.
areas. She had
The next day, I was.
flying.
I don't even know what to say. I've never felt like that, ever.
It
I was
the nirvana.
euphoric all day long. I was like,
Off the
Maybe
wall.
woo, I was hard to handle. Believe me, my husband was like, "Go sit down." I was, yeah, I
After
thought,
that,
yeah.
my woman, she's 80 years old and she's facing a knee replacement. She came to our house and she said, "If I put that in my pocket, will it do anything?" I said, "Yeah."
Call my friend Gayla. She
Telling
put
her about
10.
Gayla. And her rosacea had gone. It was, I couldn't believe it because I'd been with her the night before. And her
By putting it in her pocket.
cheeks were fire red. They were as red as that cabinet. Yeah, it was in her pocket.
Huh. Wow.
So, she
So
was
let
on
me
the
ask you this: so when you
X39
get the X39 and you use it, how long is it good for?
12 hours.
And then after 12 hours, it goes down in its ability.
And that's when you put it on your pets.
Yeah.
They can gain the benefit of the last 6 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not too strong for them.
Yeah. My dog was having seizures.
Now, what do you say, like, about after 12 hours, put it,
You take it off.
take it off?
And you put it
Yeah.
on your dog.
Yeah, you
put it-
can't leave it on longer. The X39.
So you
If
put
you
it-
leave it on
you
too
stick it on
long,
the collar?
yeah,
Yeah.
I tape it on there. Yeah,
Put it underneath.
yeah.
Mhm.
underneath.
Because it doesn't stick as
okay.
good afterwards.
This part here has got to be
Right.
against.
Yeah.
I thought if you stick that to the collar.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
inside of the
Underneath
collar.
of it.
Yes, yeah,
In here.
Yeah.
yeah. And that's all I did with my
Yeah.
dog, and he quit having seizures.
Stuck in the collar here.
Yeah.
It's his body.
It sticks on his body then.
It
Yeah.
don't stick to his body. It's on the collar stuff.
stick it to
But-
the
Yeah.
But this patch.
Okay, that's why I was
But you
asking.
can
You
put it-
stick it to the collar. Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
Yeah.
On the
yeah.
inside, but add a piece of tape to make sure it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
since it's been on
And you
use.
can leave it on there 12 hours because it's still 40% good for the rest of the 12
Right.
hours. Yep.
Yeah. But if you forget, I was supposed to take my X39 off at 12 o'clock this morning. Oh, last night. I guess it's 12 noon. Okay. It was 12 o'clock last night, and I forgot while I was asleep. So previously, I would wake up because I was still cleansing. I didn't this time. So as you keep regenerating, you're going to see.
Yeah, but it's best to take it off after
Yeah.
12 hours because your body needs to rest so it can
Yeah.
take everything that it's gotten to regenerate.
It's just like it.
How
in the
long
daytime.
should you wait before you put another one back on?
12 hours.
Oh, you
12
wait
hours
for-
on, 12 hours off,
Yeah.
12 hours on. Now these, what about these, Linda, the IceWave?
I leave mine on for 12 hours.
Okay, so the same
Unless it
thing.
gets-
It's 12.
Mm-hmm.
If anything gets uncomfortable for you,
Mm-hmm. Take it off.
Like I was going through hot flash, and I thought, oh, I've got to sleep. I can't go through the balancing of my thyroid right now. So I took it off, and you put it back. You save your cover, and I put it back on the cover, and then I waited 6 hours, and I put it back on.
Mm-hmm.
So I still got 6 hours.
Because what activates it is your energy and heat.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's not just heat, it's your energy is what does it.
That's that far infrared.
Yep.
Is what it is. That shows up at night when they use night vision devices. You can see that far infrared.
Well, I'm going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Should I do that now?
Oh, I
Okay.
got one more.
Okay.
This is for someone that has overall inflammation. They hurt, like arthritis, fibromyalgia. And so you can use the patch in the same way. And you would start, there again, you can do the shoulders and the pressure
Hand.
point here. And inside, right here. But you go to the bottom of the feet first. And then you can start with those other points.
So inflammation all over the body, you would put one at the top of the neck right there, of his shoulder.
Well, yeah, if you put it here, that will draw out the metals.
And that's why he's tasting metal in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I tasted it. I mean,
That's so,
Yeah.
you still taste it?
not as much, just
Okay.
a little bit, but it's not.
So you had heavy metals in your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're getting ready to go get him rid of him in the bathroom, right? It'll go out through his lymph system into his
But when
Is that crazy?
you put it at, you
Oh
put
my
the
gosh.
brown on the bottom of your foot, and the brown one on the left. And then do your inside points here.
Does it matter what part of the foot you put it on?
I would say where they're hurting. Like with mine, it would have been right at my mouth, the center of my mouth.
So is it basically then on your left, everything's brown or not?
Yeah.
And right, everything's
Right is white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right is white, brown's
And
left.
you
Yep.
just move it around.
Till you don't feel the pain.
Yeah.
And
Look at
this
it
point-
standing straight
Yeah.
now. Turn around again. Now you're 100%. Look
Oh,
at
my
that.
goodness.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yep. All right. And it's not even on his skin. It's on the shirt.
Mm-mm.
Now, is there a chart or something? 'Cause
We're gonna
There's a
send you
video.
videos.
Mhm.
great.
Well,
Yeah.
Linda, thank you so much. We're going to wrap this video up here.
You're welcome.
Yay! Say goodbye,
I enjoyed
everybody.
talking to all of you.
Woo!